From humble beginnings, a garage in California, a place that would become the birthplace of a technological revolution. In 1976, two young men, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, started a company. They were driven by a shared vision and a passion for innovation. They worked out of a garage in California, a modest space filled with big dreams and even bigger ideas. This company, Apple Computer Company, was small, but their dreams were big. They envisioned a future where technology was accessible to everyone. They wanted to change the world with technology, making it more personal and user-friendly. Their first product was the Apple I, a personal computer that was revolutionary for its time. It was simple and easy to use, designed with the everyday person in mind. This set the stage for Apple's future, laying the groundwork for a company that would become synonymous with innovation. Jobs had a knack for marketing, understanding the power of storytelling and connecting with people. He understood that people connected with stories, and he used this to Apple's advantage. Apple wasn't just selling computers, it was selling a vision of empowerment and creativity. This resonated deeply with people. Apple's early marketing efforts were scrappy and creative, reflecting their innovative spirit. They reflected the company's rebellious spirit, a stark contrast to the corporate giants of the time. It was a fresh change from the corporate giants, offering a new perspective on what a tech company could be. Wozniak, the engineering genius, ensured Apple's products were user-friendly, focusing on simplicity and functionality. He believed technology should be accessible to everyone, not just the tech-savvy. This philosophy resonated with consumers who were often intimidated by complex machines. This focus on simplicity, both in product design and marketing, would become a hallmark of Apple, setting them apart from competitors. It would contribute significantly to their later success, establishing Apple as a leader in the tech industry. In the early days, Apple was all about planting the seeds of simplicity. It all started in a humble garage where two visionaries, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, were hard at work on their first computer. Apple's early marketing was bold and different, setting them apart from the competition right from the start. They used striking visuals and memorable slogans that captured the imagination of the public. Their message was clear and consistent. Technology could be simple, beautiful, and accessible to everyone. The launch of the Apple II in 1977 marked a significant turning point for the company. It was the first mass-produced personal computer, making technology available to the masses. With its sleek design and user-friendly interface, the Apple II quickly became a huge success, winning over both tech enthusiasts and everyday users. However, Apple's early success was not without its challenges and obstacles. The competition in the personal computer market was fierce, with many companies vying for dominance. Companies like IBM were gaining ground rapidly, posing a significant threat to Apple's market share. Apple needed to find a way to stand out and differentiate itself from the growing competition. They did this by focusing on what made them unique, their unwavering commitment to design and user experience. Their marketing campaigns reflected this philosophy. They positioned Apple as the rebellious underdog, the company that dared to challenge the status quo and think differently. This resonated deeply with consumers who were tired of complicated, impersonal technology that didn't meet their needs. Apple offered a refreshing alternative, promising simplicity and elegance in their products. They promised to make technology not just accessible, but also enjoyable and a part of everyday life. Facing the storm, challenges and setbacks. The mid-1980s and early 1990s were tough for Apple. The personal computer market became saturated. Competition was fierce. Apple faced internal struggles and management changes. Jobs left Apple in 1985. This was a difficult period for the company. Without his visionary leadership, Apple struggled to maintain its identity. They released several new products. However, none of them captured the public's imagination like their earlier products. Their marketing messages became muddled. They lost sight of the simplicity that had defined their brand. Consumers, once loyal, started looking at competitors. The once clear vision of Apple seemed to be fading. This was a wake-up call for the company. They needed to change. They needed to go back to their roots. The company needed to remember what made them special in the first place. Think different, a revolution in marketing. This campaign wasn't just another marketing strategy, it was a bold statement that redefined Apple's identity and its relationship with consumers. Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, a pivotal moment that would change the company's trajectory forever. His return marked a turning point not just for Apple, but for the entire tech industry. Jobs brought back his vision and leadership, qualities that had been sorely missed during his absence. He knew that Apple needed a change, a fresh perspective to reignite its innovative spirit. He wanted to remind the world of Apple's core values: innovation, creativity, and thinking differently. These were the principles that had originally set Apple apart. This led to the launch of the Think Different campaign in 1997, a campaign that would become legendary. This iconic campaign featured black and white images of visionaries and rebels, people like Albert Einstein, Mahatma Gandhi, and Amelia Earhart, who had all dared to think differently. The message was clear. Apple was for those who challenged the status quo, for the dreamers and the doers, for the people who believed they could change the world, one idea at a time. Think Different wasn't just about selling computers, it was about creating a movement. It was about selling a belief system, a way of life that resonated deeply with people. It tapped into people's desire to be part of something bigger than themselves, to make a meaningful impact. The campaign was a huge success, capturing the imagination of millions. It helped to revitalize Apple's image and re-establish its connection with consumers, setting the stage for the company's future innovations. Section 5. Connecting with emotions more than just a brand. Apple's marketing goes beyond traditional advertising. They focus on creating emotional connections with their consumers. They do this by building a strong brand identity. This identity is based on values like simplicity, innovation, and beautiful design. Their products are not just devices, they are status symbols. Owning an Apple product became synonymous with being creative, innovative, and stylish. Apple stores are more than just retail spaces. They are designed to be gathering places for Apple enthusiasts. These stores offer workshops, product demonstrations, and technical support. This creates a sense of community among Apple users. Apple has mastered the art of storytelling. Their product launches are highly anticipated events. They are carefully orchestrated to generate excitement and buzz. They use simple, powerful language to explain complex technology. This makes their products accessible and desirable to a wider audience. Section 6. Facing the critics, navigating controversy. Apple's success hasn't been without criticism. They've faced scrutiny for their pricing strategies, labor practices, and environmental impact. Some argue their products are overpriced, others criticize their closed ecosystem. Concerns about e-waste and manufacturing conditions have also been raised. Apple has faced these criticisms head-on. They've made efforts to improve working conditions in their supply chain. They've also increased their focus on sustainability. Their efforts include using recycled materials and reducing their carbon footprint. Apple argues their premium pricing is justified by the quality and innovation of their products. They point to their high customer satisfaction rates and strong brand loyalty as evidence. While challenges remain, Apple continues to grapple with these criticisms. They strive to balance profitability with ethical considerations. Section 7. The legacy of Steve Jobs, a lasting impact. Steve Jobs' return to Apple in 1997 was a pivotal moment. He instilled a company culture obsessed with design and user experience. This focus on simplicity and elegance transformed the tech industry. His legacy continues to influence Apple's products and marketing strategies. Jobs understood the power of storytelling. He knew that people connect with brands that have a clear purpose. His presentations were legendary. He transformed product launches into captivating events. He made technology exciting and accessible. Under his leadership, Apple became synonymous with innovation. He pushed his team to create products that were not only functional but beautiful. This obsession with design is evident in every aspect of the Apple experience. Section 8. Apple, in the present as global tech giant. Today, Apple is one of the most valuable companies in the world. From smartphones to laptops to wearable technology, their products are ubiquitous. Their think different ethos is deeply ingrained in their company culture. They continue to push the boundaries of technology, design, and user experience. Apple has expanded beyond computers. Their ecosystem now includes services like Apple Music, Apple Pay, and iCloud. This ecosystem creates a seamless experience for Apple users. It reinforces brand loyalty and generates recurring revenue. Despite their success, Apple faces challenges. Competition in the tech industry is fiercer than ever. Consumer demands are constantly evolving. Maintaining their position as an industry leader requires constant innovation and adaptation. Section 9. The future of Apple innovation and beyond. Apple's future hinges on its ability to continue innovating. They are investing heavily in augmented reality and artificial intelligence. These technologies have the potential to revolutionize how we interact with the world. Apple is well positioned to be a leader in these fields. Sustainability will play a crucial role in Apple's future. They're committed to becoming carbon neutral across their entire supply chain and product life cycle. This will involve developing new manufacturing processes and materials. Apple's biggest challenge might be staying true to their core values. As they grow larger and more powerful, it becomes increasingly important to maintain their commitment to simplicity, user experience, and innovation. Only by staying true to their think different philosophy can Apple continue to shape the future of technology.